4A. And the powers that are always there, Dave, seem to be always right at the top. When you take a look at the 4A field, Bettendorf really jumps out at you. They won the state championship last year. They look to be pretty strong again, but they're going to have some competition out east.
Well, and I think, BJ, when we go back and think about that football game, and you realize Ankeny, Bettendorf watched the game, who was a better football team? I think you might not say Bettendorf, but once again, the tradition and the ability to say, never say die, and Randy Scott being the coach and he's stepping down, I don't think that'll hurt Bettendorf. So the Bulldogs are going to be, they're going to be there. There's no question. CIML the last couple of years, it's interesting because it looked like, and we live over here on this side of the state, so sometimes I think what happens when Valley started their dominance and Dowling and Valley started that dominance and got the power back over this side of the state, all of a sudden people started shooting at those two programs, and it's almost a war to not only get there, but to get them. And if you actually do what Polk did 2 years ago, what Ankeny did last year, and beat one of the big dogs in the semis, it's a battle just to get there. And I think sometimes that championship game is, I think it's hard to get up for it. So I think it's a dangerous scenario when you've got so many good teams and you're beating each other up. So do they have that going on in the eastern side of the state? Maybe. There's some good programs over there, but I don't think that Cedar Falls and, you know, they sit there and go, man, we beat Bettendorf. No, they think about, we're going to win a state champion. I mean, Coach Mitchell makes sure of that. But so I don't know. I think there's such rivalry in the CIML, it's a little bit of a disadvantage because I think there's so much equity.
All right, now they're going to get more teams into the playoffs this year. In fact, 16 from the eastern side of the state. There were some teams last year that were on the outside in that many people felt could have actually challenged Bettendorf down the road later on in the playoffs, and that's a tough thing to say, but that's what a lot of coaches felt last year because there were so many teams that were on the bubble, especially on the western side too as well. But out east, Davenport Assumption is expected to be good again. Cedar Falls is expected to be another dominant team for Coach Mitchell and company. Who else do you like out east?
Well, I like Cedar Falls a lot. I mean, I think they've proven that what they do and what Bettendorf does is they get things together. And plus, Cedar Falls has a Farley on that team that'll hit you. And you know, I like it when people show up and hit you. But for the most part, I mean, Wash is going to have a lot of speed, and Kennedy and Xavier's proven that they've arrived at this level and that they're going to compete with their state championship 2 years ago. So if they have the kids, I don't know if they have the size of kids they had there a couple of years ago, but Wash does have a lot of speed, so yeah. some D1 kids. So they jumped up, you know, about 3 years ago against Valley in that championship game and were able to get there. So I think that helps. I mean, even though it's been at 3 or 4 years, they've been to the championship game, so I think that helps a lot. So I like them. I like those schools, but I have gunned ahead Bettendorf, Cedar Falls.